So, welcome Renee. You are applying for a credit management position at Henkel, of course. I would like to start with asking you to tell something more about yourself and who you are.
Well, I'm Renee. I'm a Dutch International Business Management Studies. Wanted to get my bachelor. I live in Veendam, 20 years old, and I study at the Hans University.
Okay. And why are you interested in this study?
Why I'm interested in this study is because I like the international side of it. I like that the experience and working with different cultures, different people, and see how it all works together, what the differences are, how the differences work, how the differences don't work. But also I like the financial part of it. The financial subjects like financial accounting or managerial accounting. I am interested in the marketing aspects. So overall I chose this education because it best fits to what I wanted. I looked at a lot, but in the end this was the only subject I was interested in, so also the only one I applied for.
Okay, so with the study, what do you want to be later in your life?
That's a hard question. I don't really know what I want to be. I know that I want to work either in a large company where I have the opportunity to interact with different offices in different countries, working with different people. Or the other thing is that I would want to be my own boss, that I want to start my own company and try to make it the best company it can be.
Okay, and like, have you got any ideas? Because you're saying maybe an own boss. Do you have any ideas like what kind of company you would create?
If I would create my own company, I want to also have the possibility, like I said, to travel to different countries. So if I want to create my own company, maybe something in the tourist business aligned or import or export. Yeah, but that's for the future. I don't know what the future will hold.
Okay, so how did you find our placement opportunity?
I found it I went to the website of the university and I looked at the Hans on stage system, which lists vacancies sent in by the companies.
Okay.
And I looked at specific keywords like management, finance, and I spent a couple of days looking at different internships, and I came up with a small shortlist, and in the end I liked your placement the best.
Okay, and what did you like the most about our placement? Why did it spoke to you?
It spoke to me that you were looking for excellent people. So I read the vacancy and I looked online to see about your company. And on the website I found that it's a company which tries to be the best in what it does. If it's the laundry and home care, whether it is adhesives or beauty and care, they try to be the leader in the specialization, the part where they do. So they try to be the best, and they try to have the excellence in trying to get the excellence out of people and the best possible people to work with. So that's why I think if I was going to work there, if I would get the internship, that I would also get the opportunity to work with the best people in the field that want to take their job seriously, that want to get the best out of themselves and the company.
Okay. And how does your education link to our internship seeking?
Well, for my education we have subjects like financial accounting, managerial accounting, and I think that those subjects would be most related to the vacancy. Mm-hmm. My grades in the financial accounting courses and the managerial accounting courses were between the 7.5 and 9.2.
Oh, those are good grades.
So that's why I think that your vacancy would best apply to me.
Okay. And according to your CV, you have done another education before.
Yes, assistant accountant.
And what was that based on?
That was based on bookkeeping, but then not just simple bookkeeping. There was also a part economics, a part law, which is Dutch, mostly Dutch taxes law. So
okay.
I don't think it's really appropriate for Belgium. Although I do think the other subjects are appropriate, because during that 3-year education, I had 2 internships. So I already have some experience in what you're also asking, which is bookkeeping and overall the financial side.
Yeah, those are good points. I see now that you've worked at 2 times at SEP Accountants and Advisors. You have one, I believe, internship and assistant accountant. Could you tell something more about the internship you did there?
Well, I think I started the internship in 2013. In the beginning, I did just the same things as regular people would do when they got there. That would mean basic things like starting with the archive work. Basically, archive work consisted of getting the papers, the confidential papers ready, placing them in the correct place in a map, in a binder, and having them placed on the correct shelf so that when they were needed to make tax returns or other things, it could be easily filed. So you start doing that. After that, you get supervised instructions on the accounting program which they use. And yeah, for instance, the company I did my internship with, they let you work with trial and error. So they first say, this is a brief instruction how it works, do it, and if you have any questions, you can just ask.
And what type of learning curve do you think to expect at Henkel? What would you like?
What I would like is a similar approach. So when I would, for instance, be there on my first day, I would get an introduction to the systems you work with, an introduction to the people that work there, just a general impression of your corporate structure and a professional structure with the people.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I would like to get an introduction. After my introduction in the system, I would like to directly start working and try to, for myself, understand how this works. So I'm best with, not with reading but I'm best with the practical side.
Okay. And I see at your languages you have Dutch and English on your CV. Do you have any more languages, or are those 2 the main languages you...
I also have an A2 proficiency in Spanish via the Common European Framework for my 1.5 years of Spanish classes at the university, which are still ongoing.
And so, Belgium, it of course has a little bit of French within it. Have you ever experienced the French language?
I haven't per se learned French yet, but because I'm learning Spanish, which is also one of the romantic languages based on Latin. So I think that if I were to go to Belgium and then I would take a French course to get my proficiency at least to an understandable level, so that I can also not just professionally, but also because I live there, also for my social life, get a little bit of understanding of it, and I think it would be reasonable doable in a short time because of my Spanish experience.
Okay. And I don't see any references in your CV.
Yeah,
do you have them? Or?
I have references. References are on request. So if you would like, I could send you the references I have.
Okay. And what would they say about Renee?
I think they would describe me as a hardworking person, but not just only hardworking, but also ambitious and eager to experience things and learn. I think they would also say that I'm a bit, like I said, curious, but I also can enjoy humor on the workspace.
Okay, so I only hear positive sides of you now. Do you have any negative sides?
Yes, of course. I also have a negative. A negative thing would be that I am a bit too detailed, although that may not sound like a weakness directly, but it's a weakness because when I'm working on the details, I may get a bit lost with the overall picture, which can be not just annoying to me, but maybe to other people that are relying on the work I do, because I want to give them the best work, and maybe they're not that interested in, but just want to have it as soon as possible.
Okay.
Also, I have dyslexia, which can also be a weakness.
Okay, and well, we of course have a winning culture at Henkel. How does that reflect to you?
The winning culture reflects to me because I also want to get the best out of myself. I want to be the most excellent person I can be. And I think that also relates to me via my school grades. As I told before, the subjects which mostly rely on the vacancy are between a 7.5 and a 9.2.
Okay, good. And what do you expect from us working at us?
I expect, first of all, I expect the training, I expect supervision, and I also expect from looking at your website that you are also there for my personal development, so that you will also help me become the best person, in turn helping you become the best company you can be.
Okay, that's clear. Do you have any projects or something like that in your studies that can reflect to our company, like the internship itself?
Yes, we had two big projects which lasted an entire semester. The first one was a consultancy project. We were given a case and then we had to make an entire consultancy report of it, and especially the financial part, which was also the part that I mostly had the lead on. I like the most. I didn't per se like the statistical part of it, but I like the working with numbers, trying to make everything as correct as possible.
Okay.
And it's the same for the other project, which would be a business report.
And of course you will work in a team at Henkel. How was your team-related skills occur in the project? Was it difficult to work with people, or was it easy?
Well, that depends on the people I work with. One group, I personally, the first project I liked it a lot, working in teams, because I worked in a team where everyone was pretty competitive. So we also got the best out of each other. And I also like the directness. But the second thing, there was a problem with another person, which wasn't pretty motivated, and that halted the process and made things a bit sloppy. But in the end, after we decided to remove him from the group and repair everything, in the end it worked out just fine with our own initiatives.
Okay, so you chose to delete the person out of the group. But what if he couldn't be deleted? How would you solve the problem with him? As we also did, we would point out the problems to them, also him. We would say, we would
schedule a meeting with him, talk about what we think, give him also an opportunity to give us feedback, and also think whether he thinks it's fair, if he learned anything. Then of course we see how it goes, but if it still happens, then maybe giving him lesser important tasks.
Okay. So, since the whole picture is becoming more clear to me, why should we hire you and not any other candidate that comes to us?
Well, in short, I am one of my biggest skills is that I would say I have a strong desire to learn and improve. I'm open to new experiences. I always want to get the best out of them. I am proactive and always willing to help other people. I have a sense for numbers, which I got from my working experience at an accounting firm. And also that work has wanted me to make my work accurate. And that's why I think I would be a great asset for your company.
Good. So that's clear. Do you have anything more to add to our conversation that you think you might contribute to the whole solicitation?
I also did volunteer work,
Good.
which I did for it's also visible on my CV, which I did for a project for schools in Tanzania, but also for children, cancer patients, and that's what I also think, that I'm not just only there for the money, but I also want to get the best out of experiences. So,
Okay. Well, and now I see also organizing a charity project for the International Business School. How was that? Are you like a leader within it, or?
well, you could say that I was a leader in it because we were given a goal, we were given a deadline, and they said make it happen. And in the end, I made it happen 2 weeks before the deadline ended. Then we had like 2 weeks or 1 week for the report, and I also had it done in 1 day. So that's why I said I'm proactive. If I can get things done, I would rather do it directly instead of later.
Okay, and was it a success?
It was a success. I raised more money than was needed.
Great. Well, I would like to thank you for this interview, and I will let you know about the process. Yep.
Thank you.
Hey.
Kun je deze ons gelijk op jouw computer zetten?
Ja, doe ik ook.